If you've ever driven from the Front Range to Taos, you've probably passed right by the Fort Garland Museum and Cultural Center. When settlers began making the San Luis Valley their home, the Ute Indians were forced to adjust the way that they had hunted for centuries. The military was brought in to reduce skirmishes between the two groups. Fort Garland was built in 1858 after the original garrison, Fort Massachusetts, was abandoned. The buildings were made of adobe bricks. 5 of the original 22 buildings remain, including many of the barracks. The outline of some of the older buildings, including the carpentry room and telegraph office, can be seen at the southern end of the parade grounds. There are a few different types of barracks at the fort, including for the cavalry, infantry, and of course officers. Up until the 1870s, men in the cavalry and infantry areas had to sleep 2 to a bed. There were very small fireplaces at the end of the barracks. I can't imagine that they would give off much heat, so maybe sleeping 2 in a bed in the wintertime wouldn't be so bad. According to a plaque on the wall in the guard room, or sallyport, all the guards shared only one coat. The jail cells that held soldiers were dark and cold, the only heat coming from the guard's small fireplace in the outer room. Kit Carson and his family lived here for a time. A plaque reads, "When Carson arrived at Fort Garland on May 19, 1866, the Ute Indians were near revolt over the loss of their lands from miners, ranchers, and farmers. A meeting was held between General William Tecumseh Sherman and the Utes that took place in the commandant's quarters at the fort." This is the meeting reference in Chapter 12, Coats to the Utes. The drive is a pretty one. From Denver area, take I-25 south to Walsenburg, turn right onto 7th Street, and then drive the Highway of Legends up and over Levita Pass. Adults are $5, children 6 to 16 are $3.50, and kids under 6 are free. Have fun!